Are you sure you're in the right neighborhood? Boy, cars like that don't belong to people like you unless you're the hired help. You ever hear something so bold, it's almost funny? Like, you see those Karen meltdown videos and think you're ready? But trust me, nothing, and I mean nothing, prepares you for when that energy is aimed straight at your chest, on your own driveway, on what's supposed to be the best day of your life. That's how it started, right there in the sunshine, birds singing, sprinklers ticking away, and me just staring at my brand new black-on-black Rolls-Royce Ghost, still so fresh from the dealership the new car smell was practically a passenger. It was supposed to be my day. The day a decade of grinding, ramen noodle dinners, and weekends spent glued to a laptop instead of outliving my 20s finally paid off. I'd spent my whole childhood watching folks with nice cars fly by on their way to somewhere better, or end up stripped for parts a block away from my old apartment. My folks both worked 2 jobs, always teetering on the edge, but keeping us just barely out of trouble. And that one night, I saw a Rolls glide by in a movie. Man, that was it. My North Star. Every time I wanted to quit, I'd picture that car, so calm, so out of reach. I built my way up, line by line, code by code. High school gigs building websites for local shops, college paid for by slinging burgers and pulling all-nighters at a diner. Landed a junior developer gig out of school, stuck with a tiny startup nobody knew. 10 years of showing up first, leaving last, pouring everything into a side app that just took off. When the buyout came, those numbers on the offer sheet didn't even look real. I bought my folks a house first, paid off their debts, saw the relief on their faces. Then, finally, I ordered that Rolls. Every detail, every stitch in the navy blue leather, 6 months of obsessing over the build sheet until the dealer called and told me she was ready. So there I was, standing outside my new place in this idyllic suburb, feeling like maybe, just maybe, I belonged. I'd barely been home an hour, still in the afterglow, holding those heavy keys in my palm, when this kid, striped tank top, shorts fraying at the edges, looking like he'd never worked a day in his life, saunters over from across the street. Just circles the car, practically drooling. 5 minutes of awkward gawking before he pipes up. Whoa, that's a Rolls. Yep, just picked it up, I say, forcing a polite smile. He checks me out, black sweater, jeans, sneakers, like his brain is trying to make sense of the math. Black dude plus luxury car equals error. Is it yours? He asks. That's always the question, right? It is, I say, giving the keys a little jingle. I could see the thumbnail moment. Me, keys in hand. Him, face falling. No way. How'd you get this? Rapper? NBA. Man, you gotta laugh, right? But I'm used to it. Nope, I'm a software developer. Sold my company. He looks at me like I just recited Shakespeare. Computer guy, huh? Thought you'd be driving a Prius or something. His ego rallies. The engine in this thing is a V12, right? Twin turbo. I nod. That's right. 6.75 liters. Dude, that's sick. You gotta let me take it for a spin. I'm a good driver. Now, you know what I mean when I say the audacity was on a whole other level? I try to keep it cool. Sorry, man. Insurance and all that. I just got it. I'm still learning the car. He scowls, chest puffed. Why not? It's just around the block. Because the answer's no. I say, and suddenly, he's storming off yelling, Mom! Here she comes, stormtrooper in yoga pants, red talon nails, bob haircut sharp enough to slice diamonds. She strides across the lawn like she's storming the beach at Normandy. Her son's giving her the full performance. He won't let me drive it. He's being mean. She turns to me, eyes narrowed, lips tight. Are you sure you're in the right neighborhood, boy? Cars like that don't belong to people like you unless you're the help. For a split second, I'm speechless. Excuse me? I live here, ma'am. This is my house. This is my car. I gesture at my porch, my ferns, the dream made real. She scoffs. Neighborhood Watch would have told me if someone like you was moving in. You ever hear someone weaponize the word neighborhood like that? Like it's code for something you're not allowed to be? Her son pipes up, see, Mom? He's lying. He probably stole it. Won't let me drive it to prove it's his. Because, of course, if I don't hand over the keys to a stranger, I must be a thief. It's probably a rental, she sneers. He's just trying to impress someone. Ma'am, this is getting ridiculous. I say, fighting to keep my cool. I bought the car, I bought the house, I live here. Please stop. She goes nuclear. Don't you take that tone with me. You're a guest in this neighborhood until I say otherwise. And here comes the threat. You can pack up your little hot-wired toy and leave, or I'm calling the police for trespassing. You ever have a moment where you feel your own life slipping out of your hands? Brain racing. Do I defend myself, or do I just hope for the best? Call them. I say, bluffing, because I know how these things can go. She sputters. Her son dials 911. There's a man, he's threatening me, in a stolen Rolls-Royce. I think he has a weapon. When you hear the word weapon dropped so casually, your blood runs cold. I put my hands out, show I'm empty. Sirens in the distance. 2 squad cars screech up, officers out, hands hovering at their belts. I move slow, stay calm. What seems to be the problem? I ask. We got a report of a stolen car, possible threats, maybe armed. The officer says. The kid's doing the waterworks. The mother is clutching her pearls. I show them my ID, wallet tossed onto the grass, registration in the glove box. Every move is deliberate. No sudden gestures. While one officer checks my info, the mother's spinning her tale. He just appeared, very aggressive, threatened my son. Emmy-worthy performance. But the documents don't lie. The car's mine. The house is mine. But she won't let up. People like him are good at faking documents. The tension doesn't break. They run my name. Not even a parking ticket, plus a commendation for helping the city build an alert system pro bono. The cop's face flickers. Maybe the story isn't adding up. He turns to her. Ma'am, his story checks out. Her face crumbles. So what? He still threatened my son. Are you calling my son a liar? The officer sighs. This is a civil dispute. No crime here. She explodes. This is an outrage. I'll have your badge. They leave. She hisses at me. This isn't over. And she meant it. The neighborhood gets cold. People stop waving. I'm the problem neighbor. Now, the guy who had the cops called on him. I go about my life. Try not to let it get to me, but the joy's gone. I install security cameras. Turn my home into a fortress, because I know in my bones the story's not over. Weeks go by. They avoid me, but I feel their eyes. Then, finally, I let my guard down. Big mistake. One Saturday morning, coffee in hand, I look out at the driveway. A thin white line on the rolls. I walk out, see it up close. A deep, ugly scratch, both sides of the car keyed, and on the trunk, a slur, the N-word, carved into the paint. I drop my mug, stand there, shaking. Rage, humiliation, pure hurt. My dream car, my trophy, defiled. But then I remember the cameras. I pull up the feed, 2:17 a.m., the kid, hoodie up, key in hand, carving the slur into my trunk. Crystal clear. His face, that same smug look. I save the footage, call the police. This time, the young officer from before shows up. He watches the video, his jaw tightens. This is felony vandalism and a hate crime, he says. Do you want to press charges? Yes. Every charge you've got. They bring backup, cross the street, knock on the door. The mother, bathrobe, green face mask, attitude for days, tries to block them. My son would never. He's a good boy. They push past, come out 5 minutes later with the kid in cuffs, sobbing, confessing in front of everyone. The mother shrieking about fake videos. The neighborhood watching with their phones out. Justice live streamed. The cops apologize, sort of. We don't always get it right the first time. The lead one says, handing me a card. I get the car towed. Body shop says the fix is going to cost more than some folks' new cars. The insurance covers it, but it'll take months. News gets out. Teen arrested for hate crime in upscale suburb. I become the guy with the roles and the story. But here's the twist. People start talking to me. The old neighbor down the block says, she's always been the bully, glad someone finally stood up. The lady with the apple pie says, you brought the truth into the open. Thank you. The community, shaken out of silence, starts to find its voice. Meanwhile, the neighbor's house goes up for sale. Word is they had to cover the lawyer and restitution. One day they're just gone. A young family moves in, friendly, open, like it should be. After almost 3 months, my car is ready. No trace of the hate, not even a shadow. I drive home at sunset, windows down, feeling lighter. Not just because the car is perfect again, but because I made it through. They tried to break me, but I'm still here. And you know, as I park that ghost in my driveway, neighbors waving, new folks laughing with their little kid, I stand there and think, what's it really mean to belong? To claim your place, not just with stuff, but with truth, with grit, with the willingness to see things through even when the world tries to knock you down. Maybe that's the real prize, the real peace at the end of it all. So tell me, where do you draw the line between standing your ground and letting things slide? Was it justice, revenge, or something else? Drop your thoughts below. What would you have done? And what does community mean to you? Let's talk about what's right, what's wrong, and how you'd handle it if the fight came to your front door.